guys, welcome to this is Catal's Phonics for today. Oh, I've gone a bit low with the camera, hold on. Otherwise you won't see me saying the new sounds of the day, which are very important to watch someone to say for the first times. Hello, how are you? Right, busy day, busy lesson today. We've got a new sound to learn, old sounds to go over, bit of reading, bit of writing after the session. Yeah, it's a bit of everything. So let's get cracking. So I'm going to go through my sound cards with you so we don't forget any of the olds, but I want to show you the new sound before we go any further. It looks like this. Okay, this is the cursive one. If you just took away the cursive whoosh, that's how it would look in your reading books, the non-cursive one. Okay, I also want to let you know that, like with the letter L and the letter F, you could have two of them together making the same one sound, okay? So you could have one by itself making this single sound, or two together making the single sound, usually at the ends of words and the ends of syllables when you have two, just like the same rule for F and L, okay? So you might see it in both ways, but it's still just one single sound. That sound is Z, Z, okay? So Z is our sound of the day. Let's flick through our old sounds so we don't forget them. Yesterday's sound is Y, X, J, O, O, R, E, B, O, A, S, G, M, I, S, D, N, U, M. Right, so that's all of them. My goodness, that pile is huge now, huge. You know so much, so many sounds. Okay, so nipping back to our sound of the day. Okay, so it could be by itself, could be two of them. It looks a bit weird, particularly when you see the two together, but it's not that tricky, I have to say. Let's tackle this one by itself. Magic fingers out. Cursive whoosh, as we always do, just a little curve to our cursive whoosh, then it's straight across, then it's still straight, but it's like a slide, isn't it? It's what I would call a diagonal line, and then straight across the bottom. Let's do it one more time with magic fingers. Whoosh up, straight across, come down, diagonal line, and straight across the bottom. So it's apart from the cursive curve, it's lots of straight, straight, straight. And that's it basically, all right? Now you'll see it in your reading books, like I say, without the cursive, but we are going to write it just with the cursive whoosh. Okay, let's have a go together. Not as tricky as it looks, okay? So be confident. We start at the bottom, whoops. We are going to curve up. We go straight, 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 like that. So although this one's straight, remember it has to be coming across in a diagonal way, not straight down. What I mean about is it's not jiggly and wobbly when I say straight, okay? So that is your Z. Let's have another go at doing it together. Just realised I haven't told you the action, I'll do that in a moment. We cursively whoosh up, we go straight, 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 and that is Z. Not bad at all. One more time. Cursively whoosh up, straight, 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 and there it is. So there can be two together, of course, at the ends of words or syllables. So this action for z is like this. You have to imagine that you are a bumblebee and you are buzzing, because at the end of buzz is the sound of the day. Because it's at the end, it will be two of them. Z. So we're going to remember that z sound by pretending to be a bee, having our hands like this, like wings of a bee, and we're going to say z, 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 z. Pretend we're a bumblebee. Z, z. Z, 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 z. Okay, so you've got your teeth together like this, okay? Z, 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 z. And you're pushing air through your teeth, and that's what's helping to make that vibrating noise, that buzz sound. Z, 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 z. It's quite a cool sound actually, isn't it? So that is our sound of the day. Not a letter that we find in lots of words, okay? So you will find that you might not see another z for ages. It's not one of our most well-used letter sounds, okay? But it is still important, and it's definitely important to be able to write it, okay? So, have a good crack at doing the writing. If you feel like you need to practice at the end, please do so. Let's revisit a couple of our old ones. Let's have a go. Let's have a go at doing, let's do a r. We haven't done a r for ages. R. So, let's go up, cursive whoosh, back down but straight, up to the top, over in an arch, and a little hook on the end. Remember, if it's cursive, it hooks you into the next letter. It tells us we've finished that one there, and this hook is going on to the next letter when you start joining them at year one. Okay, can we revisit? Let's have a think. Let's do yesterday's you sound. Okay, so I'll just flash it to you in case you don't remember what it looks like. Where are you? It's gone to the bottom of my pile. Here it is. Okay, so a bit like an a, a bit like a g, but has no roof on the top there. Okay, so it's the big smiley mouth of the a, but then the loop of the g. So a bit like the two letters combined. So you, up, big smiley mouth, down and loop through. There it is. Well done if you got it right. Can we have a go at doing a x, x? Because that one turned out to be more tricky than we thought it would. Have I got him handy? Here he is. So my x, there he is. So we're going to go up, whoop, slide going down, cross through, and a little arm to finish. So that's your x. Oh, I know what was quite tricky. It was v, wasn't it? Let's have a go at doing v. Here he is. Easier than he really is, I think. He looks easier. So we're going to whoosh up like with all of them. Come down in a wonky line, up in a wonky line, and a little arm to finish. V. And then before we finish revisiting our ones, let's do ooh, ooh, which is a bit mean of me because it's a tricky one, but there's our ooh. So cursive whoosh up, cursive whoosh up, down, little arm to finish. So say that to yourself while you're doing it, okay? Cursive whoosh up, down, little arm to finish. Quite easy when you talk yourself through it. Right, okay, I want to show you what I mean about the z sound on the end of a word. So for that reason, I'm going to write this word. Sometimes I have to remember where to start with my z. That's the only thing. Where do I start? Because it's the cursive whoosh. I think I've done these a little too close together. Let's give them a gap in between. Okay, so I have got this sound, and then these two, like I said, coming together at the end of a word. Wonder if you can blend this word, knowing the sound of the day. It is b-a-z, b-a-z, buzz. So there's the word buzz, and you can clearly see two of the sound of the days together, but only making the usual one z sound, okay? But in this word, this two-syllable word, so it has two beats to it. Here we go, let me write it here. It's quite a long one, so I've got to leave myself enough room to get it all in. just fitted it on my board. There we are. So 2 syllables. First beat, first syllable, second syllable. Now when we're reading 2-syllable words, it's a good idea because it looks so long and can put you off and make you confused because it's a long journey, to cover over the second syllable. Okay, and then it will make you realise if I break this into 2 separate pieces, then glue them back together again when I read them, it'll make more sense. So 3 sounds, that is a sound button, it just got a bit squidgy. So 3 sounds, sound of the day, z, I, g, zig, zig. So the second syllable, still in the same word, but the second beat, the second syllable of the word, so cover up the first one now, z, a, g, zag, zig, zag. So you can see here, in this particular one, it's the z sound at the beginning of both syllables, beginning of syllable 1, zig, beginning of syllable 2, zag. So it's not the ends of syllables, that's why it's only single z sounds there for those, okay? But that will make more sense the more writing that you start to do. Right, so that's 2 words with the sound of the day. Now I'm going to have a go at writing some words on my board, putting the sound buttons underneath. I want you to blend them at home, okay? I'm going to come around a little nearer to the screen. Come around. Okay, so my first one that I'm going to do is using the sound of the day, of course. I'm looking at yesterday's plan. Hold on, right, okay. I'll show it to the camera in a second. You guys, I'm not happy with my P actually. You guys can read this. Oh, keep doing my P with too many lines. I need to make sure I go over the same lines. Okay, sound buttons underneath. This is your first word. 1, 2, 3 single sounds to know to read this word. Sound of the day. Stop the video if you need to blend it, but I'm going to read it with you now. Zip, zip, zip. You often have a zip on your coat to do up in the winter. That is zip. Well done if you blended that one right. Okay, your next one. Oh, sound of the day in this. Possibly not at the beginning. Right, it's coming up. Let me just finish writing it. Sound buttons on. This one you might even recognise. So pause the video if you want to blend it yourself. I'm going to do it with you now. B-a-z, b-a-z. It's buzz. I showed it to you just now, so hopefully you recognise that one. Buzz. Right, next one up. Can we go with this one? Sound of the day again, but on the end again. It seems to prefer being on the ends of words, this z sound, than it does being on the beginning. So, there's our sound buttons. 1, 2 single sounds and a digraph. 2 letters making 1 sound. What have we got? Pause the video to have a read. I want you to read it yourself without me. And now let's do it together. J, 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 a, z, jazz. Jazz. It's a type of music, jazz music. Okay, so it's jazz. Next one up. Can you have a go at reading this one? This one hasn't got the sound of the day. It's got the sound of yesterday. So 3 single sounds. 1, 2, 3. Pause the video, have a go at reading this word. I'm going to do it with you now. U-S, U-S, yes. Yes, it is yes. If you got that right, amazing stuff. Okay, let's go with this one. Some of these were actually in yesterday's lesson, so you might be like, oh, I recognise that straight away. There it is. 3 sounds, 1, 2, 3, but 1 is a digraph. 2 letters making 1 sound. Pause the video, have a go at reading this one. I'm going to do it with you now. U-L, U-L, yell. Yell. Oi, you over there. We are yelling. Very tricky, this sound of the day yesterday, to try and get that sound right. It is tempting to say y-el, but we don't say y-el as a word. It is y-el, yell. Okay, but it's hard to try and make like that when you're trying to blend. So I understand if you are having a bit of trouble with the sound of the day yesterday, okay? Lots of other YouTube videos, if you go on and look, lots of American ones, they just want to say yeah. It's not yeah, it is you. Right. Quick sip of tea as Mrs. Patton's super thirsty. Okay, let's go with this one. Nearly done on these. 3 sounds again. What have I got written on my board? Okay, I'm going to go for it with you now. Yet. Are you ready yet? Fantastic. Okay, let's go now with, I'm going to have a go at singing the alphabet song with you because I realise we haven't done it for a couple of lessons. Oh, yes, I have got it just here. I don't want you to forget your alphabet, the names of the letters. Let's stand to do this. Okay, so here's a poster. I believe you can see every letter of the alphabet on there. Now remember, these are the capitals, so have a good look at the capitals while we're singing the alphabet song, and also have a good listen to link the names with the letter sounds, okay? Are you ready? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABC. Next time, won't you sing with me? So if we look on here, we can see the letter sound of the day is the last one in the alphabet song. And there it is. It makes a Z sound for zebra, but its name is Z. Z is its name, Z is its sound, okay? Yesterday's sound of the day makes the Y sound, Y, but its name is Y. Y. It's very different, isn't it? Okay? So that's names and sounds for our letters. Right, a quick whiz through our tricky words as well, because we haven't done these for a couple of days. Right, I think that I'm going to lay them out on the table for you, and you can point at your screen as to which one is the one I am saying. It's a bit different than just flashing them at you. So hopefully you can see my table okay. I'm going to lay down 4 tricky words, and I want you to point to the one that I am saying. So can you point to the tricky word no? No. So hopefully you have pointed to no, with the off being tricky and the n helping us. Okay, can you point to the tricky word the, with my tongue poking out, the. Which one is the? Hopefully you have pointed to this one is the. And now can you point to the tricky word into, into. Into is this one, into, being tricky, making the oo sound. Okay, can you point to the one that is the I word when you're talking about yourself? I like to go to the shops. I, fantastic. Now we have left these 2. Can you tell me what this one is? Helping you, go. And this one, helping you, tricking you, ooh, 2. Fantastic if you got all of those right. Now let's tilt ourselves back a little bit because I've got a few sentences to read, and then that's the end of our lesson. So busy bees we have been today. Busy buzzing bees. Okay, here's my first sentence. Let's check it's a good one. Capital letter, much bigger than the other letters, not cursive. Not that any of this is cursive. Fantastic. Finger spaces between each separate word, brill, and punctuation on the end to tell us it's the end of this sentence, but also that this is a question mark, so this sentence must be a question, needs a yes or a no answer. Okay, pause the video, have a go at reading it yourself. but I am going to do it with you now. Can, a, bell, bell, buzz, sound of the day, buzz, buzz. Can a bell buzz? Well, I think bells tend to go ding dong kind of sound, but I suppose they could say buzz, although I would think that would be more of a buzzer than a bell. So I'm going to go with no. Tricky old question, that one though. Right, let's flip it over. Here we go. Pause the video, have a go at blending to read this one. But I'm going to do it with you now. It's a Greek sentence, capital letter, finger spaces, punctuation. It is a question, needs an answer. So we've got can, a, and then this is making more of an E sound. We had this the other day, didn't we, in our lesson? I mean, if you blended it as taxi, it sounds very close to the word anyway. It's taxi. So can a taxi zig? Let's just do the first syllable. Zig, zig, zag. Can a taxi zigzag? I suppose it could drive like a zigzag shape, couldn't it? Where you go straight, then straight this way, then straight this way. So yeah, I suppose it could. Not very safe to do so, but you could. Right, last one. Pause the video to read this one that has the sound of the day in. And I'm going to read it with you now. A nice quick one. It has a capital Z. Look at that. It's much taller than the other letters and certainly no cursive wishes. It has punctuation on the end. That one with a line and a dot. We had this in yesterday's lesson. And exclamation mark. So we have to say it a bit more bossy, this one, okay? Less excited, more bossy, okay? So we've got zip, zip, it, up, zip it up. Bossy. It's like our instruction sentences from our soup making recipes. Zip it up. Oh, how bossy. Okay, now I'm going to whiz this one down now because I would like you, now that this lesson is finished, to go back and revisit writing the sound of the day if you need a bit of extra help with it. Maybe look at your oo and your v if that needs extra help writing. But could you have a go at writing that bossy sentence we just read, which was zip it up? A nice short one for you today. I'm being generous, so zip it up. 3 words, zip it up. So you have to have 3 words in your sentence in total, and then you know you've written it all. Try and remember the punctuation. It's bossy. What does it need on the end? And I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.